everybody, welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I'm here to review another movie. Now, this movie is a Hulu, I guess, not a Hulu original, but a Hulu exclusive. It is called Boss Battle. No. Is it Boss Battle? Boss Level. It is called Boss Level. And Boss Level is about a character. Frank Grimlow stars in this as Frank Grimlow's in this, and Mel Gibson is in this as, I guess, the technical villain. And there are a couple other characters in this, but really those are the two that you really need to know about. Now this movie is a lot like other movies you've seen before. Happy Death Day, a little bit of that it's kind of got the Happy Death Day thing. It's got the got a little bit of bloodshot in it, the way that they handle it, but it's a little bit more on the more comical side. Now, this review is gonna be pretty short because the movie itself isn't really that complicated and it really isn't that long, but I'd say the first 40 minutes of this movie, because the movie's about an hour and 30 minutes, the first 40 minutes are really fun. They're not revolutionary, they're not revolutionary in the world, but it's like an action comedy, and it's really fun. You don't know why he's in this death loop, because he plays this character name, because Frank Grimlow plays this character named Roy, and when the movie starts, all we know is that apparently Roy has been stuck in this death loop with these people trying to kill him. And when he dies, he pops right back up in his bed and does the process all over again. And he's dealt with all of these people so many times that he's pretty much got it down to a science what they're going to do, what time he needs to do certain things, because he's lived this same day, the same like 20-minute span of time over 100 times. And he's done this so many times and he doesn't know why. We don't know why. We don't know why he's stuck in this loop. But it's very video game-ish. There's this video game I recently played, the side-scroller called, it's very Brave. I think it's called Braid. That one video game where you got the rewind time, I think that's called Braid. But the game that came to mind when I was watching this movie was this recent side-scroller I started playing called Katana Zero. In Katana Zero, you play this samurai who has the ability to, when he dies, it reverses back in time, but you could just do it all over again and come with a different approach. And that's kind of what the movie is for the first half. It's really funny to see the different ways that he dies, the different people who kill him, the way these different people kill him, the way that he kills them, the banter he has back and forth, because he just has because in his mind he has unlimited time, so he's the banter he has back and forth, just the amount of things that he does with these people trying to kill him getting drunk and getting killed, the different ways, like I said, the different ways that he gets killed. The whole, like, there's such a massive sense of humor to this. The action is fun in the beginning, but this is a movie that works better when you don't know the plot, because the plot is C-movie, B-movie stuff. Like, once it starts getting into the plot of why everything is happening, it can get a bit on the cheesier side. Now, I will say that the movie does have a bit of heart, especially when you start discovering Frank Grimlow's character's motivations and the man he was before he got stuck in this loop, and his regrets and his desires to make up for certain things. And at a certain point, you kind of know where it's going. Like, about a little bit more halfway through it, you know where it's going, you know how it's going to end, you know how the exact direction it's going, but it's still, you're still having a fun time. But once it starts to go from trying to be a comedy to a dramedy, once it stops trying to be an action comedy and starts trying to become more of an action drama, that's when it starts to kind of pile down for me, because the thing is, what they want to do is make you have this connection with him and his ex-wife and his son, which they do successfully, but there's no time to really let that breathe. There's no time to really make that true connection and with them, because you will have limited stuff about, you have limited information about why he left them, about his time overseas, about how he felt about that. There's pretty much limited information. Now, of course, the movie kind of indicates that, he spent an awful lot of time with both of them because he's been going through these loops. And to this movie's credit, it does take advantage of the fact that he is in a time loop, and it takes advantage of the things that he could do in that time loop. So that was fun, but at the same time, you kind of knew where it was going. And Mel Gibson as the villain, he has a couple cool lines in there, but really he's just a cliche mustache twirling villain who really doesn't do anything or add anything. Well, maybe add something to the movie, a recognizable face as the opposition. with a couple cool lines, but other than that, he has no real purpose. Some of the dialogue I can take or leave. Certain aspects of it I thought were gonna be played up more. As clever and as fun as it was at the beginning, it starts to like become like, okay, so that's the best you got. You know what I mean? Like the first 40 minutes of the movie is the best they have. Like you would like hope the movie like this could keep elevating itself with the premise and keep doing even crazier things. But after a while, it's just like, no, yeah, that the wild shit you just saw is about as crazy as it gets, and you know, you're at the peak of the wildness of it. And even the ending, which I'll minorly spoil for you, the way it ended was with him, like, you know, and you see the ending coming a mile away, is like him finally breaking the loop and him, but in doing so, he has to start that day, he still has to start that day over again like he had been doing, but this time if he dies, he's dead. The loop is broken, the machine isn't going anymore. If he doesn't take out all these people, get to his wife, get to his kid, all of them are gonna die. But this time he has all that knowledge of like almost like 200 attempts, like hundreds of hours of millions of hours of knowledge, of millions of hours of information on, and millions of hours of things to do, and he's gonna do it and he's gonna execute it well. But problem is, and you think in the whole movie, you feel like, at least I felt like the whole movie was leading to this amazing, awesome ass action sequence where he just takes everybody out, everybody in this entire movie out with ease without barely even trying, because he knows everything to such a finite level that he can just sleepwalk through just taking out this entire organization. But you don't get to see that, and the movie just ends. And that was so disappointing. It was such a bitter way that it ended. It's a movie that after I had saw it, I was like, you know what? I had a lot of fun with it. But the more I sat on it, the more I was like, oh man, there were things that, like, I felt like the movie was leading to a big thing in the end. And not only that, but the movie kind of the movie pretty much, you know, it peaked early. It peaked at 40 minutes. So there was another good 30 to 35 minutes of the movie, maybe 40, that's just, you know, this motion shit that you already know. You're like, okay, I know what's gonna happen here. I knew certain aspects of it before, because I was like, okay, I get that. But like I said, I'm not gonna hold that against the movie, as I said it with Moana. I don't really care if I know what's coming, as long as it's executed properly. But the problem is, it was executed, but the problem is it's so damn cliche. The fucking plot, when you actually get to it, it's so damn just paint by numbers. And not only that, but there was so many more clever ways to go about doing what they wanted to do. And the only character I truly connected with was him, so I didn't completely care about his wife and his ex-wife and his kid. So overall, the first half of this movie is really fun. I'm telling you. I would watch the first half of this movie. I would watch the first half this movie just for the first half, because it's really fun how they play up the video game aspect of him dying and coming back, and the different aspects and different things that he does, and the different things that he does while he's there. It's really fun, but at the same time, it's like, you know, after you get by that, the novelty wears off, and once the novelty wears off, you start to go, okay. And then once you get into the plot of the movie, you're like, oh, okay, cliche. Anywho, I would give Boss Level a 6.5. I'd give it a 6.5. I had a lot of fun with that first half. Second half was weak. The finale was okay, and I was real upset with the ending. Like, the ending really disappointed me. Thank you guys for coming to Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. I believe I'm gonna upload, this is gonna be me saying it. I'm gonna upload Boss Battle to my Patreon. I'm going to upload this video directly to my Patreon. So it's going to be on there first, and then I'll tell you about it. So I guess I should say that in another video. But anyways, thank you guys for the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.